Hello and welcome to the Gadgets and Gizmos show. I'm Siddharth Sharma and we've got a power-packed show lined up for you guys this week. It's got smartphones, tablets and loads of apps as well. But before we do that, let's take a look at the lineup. On the show this week, octa-core smartphones are here in India. We review the Micromax Canvas Night. We also get you a tablet on the show. But first up is the review of the all-new Gionee Elife E7. Now that was the lineup on the show, and as promised last week on the Gadgets and Gizmos show, meet the all-new Gionee Elife E7. We'll get you a full review of this new device, but before we do that, let's do a refresh on the specs of the Elife E7 by the house of Gionee. Gionee Elife E7 features a 5.5-inch Full HD display up front and runs on the latest Android operating system. It is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 processor that features a 2.2 GHz quad-core Crate CPU. The E7 specializes in its camera as it has a 16-megapixel snapper at the back and does 1080p HD video recording. Up front, it sports a 8-megapixel camera and the pictures come out quite decent. It is up in competition with the Google Nexus 5 for sure, as they both pack the same processor on board. Gionee Elife E7 is available at a price tag of Rs 26,999 for the 16GB variant, while the 32GB version will cost your pockets Rs 29,999. So much so for that, but Gionee Elife E7 sure wants to make 2014 colorful, as it will be available in black, white, blue, pink, green, yellow and orange colors. One thing is for sure, this phone is a looker. Alright, those were the specs on the all-new Gionee Elife E7. Now let's talk about the design on the E7 first. It's got a unibody design to it, and it's got a very nice 5.5-inch Full HD display up front, which gives you about 401 ppi of resolution as well, which is quite sharp as well. Now talking about the design, it's got a curved back panel to it, and the smooth and the shine on the phone is actually very good. It's actually a fingerprint magnet, if I may say. If you don't put a back cover to it, it attracts a lot of fingerprints when you're holding the phone, and it's hard to clean the phone as well. Up front, you also get an 8-megapixel snapper on this, which is very good for selfies. We recently saw that selfies is again the word of 2014. We saw it in the Oscars as well, and this is one smartphone which is very good for selfies because it's got an 8-megapixel snapper on the front of the Gionee Elife E7. You get a 16-megapixel snapper at the back with an LED flash. The LED flash is placed right below where the camera is. And also the 16-megapixel camera on this gives you brilliant quality pictures even in low light. Okay, Gionee Elife E7 is not just popular for its camera and its beautiful display. It also runs a very neat system on chip on the E7. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 processor running on it, clocked at 2.25 GHz. Of course, it's a quad-core processor, and it's a similar system on chip that you get on the popular Google Nexus 5 as well. Now, the Google Nexus 5 is a hot-selling smartphone in 2014, and this Chinese beauty is actually competing with it in the market. So performance-wise, there were no lags seen. It runs seamlessly, the apps fire in very quickly, and there are no lags at all on the Gionee Elife E7. Now the Gionee Elife E7 also comes in a lot of colors. I've got the black one here with me, but you can also buy it in blue, pink, white, orange, yellow, the color of your choice. It's actually a rainbow phone, and for the kind of features that it has to offer, the kind of punch that it gives in the market right now, it actually is a very good competitor to the Google Nexus 5. So if you don't want to be a commoner and want a refreshing phone in your hand, Gionee Elife E7 is a very good option, because for a 16GB variant, you'll be shelling out somewhere about 27,000 rupees, and for a 32GB variant, you'll shell out somewhere about 30,000 rupees, which is actually cheaper than the Google Nexus 5. So this definitely gives a refreshing look and feel to this kind of smartphone scenario, and of course we give it a complete thumbs up on the Gadgets and Gizmos show as well. LG recently had a technology showcase in India where they showcased their upcoming products that are there for consumers to own. So next up is the story on that. After showcasing their new product lineup for 2014 in CES Las Vegas, this year LG brought its technology show to India. There were 230 new products that were showcased. But what we liked was this. After the curved OLED TV, LG plans to bring this mammoth 77-inch 4K curved OLED TV to India. It's also loaded with the Web OS on it and looks stunning. Most of the manufacturers they're coming up with this curved display. This 77-inch TV is actually very huge. It'll look brilliant. It's brilliantly designed by LG. And of course, one more thing that this one has is LG's Web OS, which they've launched on this. So it has this magic motion remote in which you can just wave around the remote onto the television screen and select various menu options on it. Now what you do is you just go to home and there you go. You see a pop-up screen below in which you have all the smart TV apps, and this is basically a Web OS designed by LG. So you can move to various other options, and the links change, and the processor on it is actually quite fast and responsive as well. And these new curved displays just look amazing. So what is the future of curved displays?
Curve we will like to apply in terms of enhancing the display aesthetics of the product, but it has certain benefits. And what LG advantage is that the panel what we use, there is no viewing angle limitation. So if you apply this product where you use a panel which has viewing angle limitation, there could be an issue. But on the contrary, the benefit of this is, apart from the new design people have been used to watching in flat screen TVs, you be part of this program when you watch on this, and the distance from your eye is equidistant when you sit in the center. So this is the great benefit. So you get same kind of response from any angle which you sit.
What also intrigued us was the LG Life Band. Every tech company seems to be investing in wearable technology, and LG seems to be getting serious on that front too. Okay, wearable technology is something that every technology company is investing in, and LG also came out with the all-new LG Life Band Touch. Now it's got an OLED screen on it, and it actually connects with your smartphone and gives you all your life activities and logs that you have. I've got one that I'm wearing right now. It also connects with your music player. You can connect it with the LG app which is there onto your smartphone. It's got this LG fitness app onto it, which actually gives you a run for all your activities on it. It tells you how many steps you've taken, how many kilometers you're hiking, and it's also integrated with your workout, your activity. You can sync it with your music. Now the fun part about this Life Band is that it's not just compatible with the LG phones, it's also compatible with other Android phones as well. So you can individually buy one of these Life Bands when it comes in the market. And it's also integrated with the Apple iOS 6 and above software. So it will easily, seamlessly integrate with your iPhone 4, 4S, 5C and even the 5S. One thing is for sure, LG plans to take the Indian consumer technology market very seriously. Now, wearable technology is good, but nothing can beat an old school smartphone. And talking about old school, a lot of manufacturers are coming out with new smartphones which have twice the processing power year on year, and this is one of those. Now meet the all new Micromax Canvas Night. I've got it here in my hand, and up next we get you a review of the all new Micromax Canvas Night. We showed you an octa-core smartphone earlier this year by Intex, the Intex Aqua Octa. It was good, really good. But now there's a new competitor in the market, and well, it's better than the Intex one. Meet the all-new Micromax Canvas Night. No, it has no similarities to Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight.
I'm Batman.
Apart from that, it's actually classy. From the first impression itself, the Canvas Night looks dazzling. It defines a new design line that Micromax is trying to follow. But well, not that new, of course. Now sorry about that. The Micromax A350 Canvas Night is an octa-core smartphone that has a very sturdy and robust full aluminium body casing. The first look is just impressive. Build quality is also surprisingly amazing. It also comes in 3 attractive colors: black, white and gold, and black and gold. Up front, it sports a 5-inch Full HD IPS display that is actually impressive and a bit reflective for sure. The back of this smartphone is also shiny and attracts a lot of smudges and fingerprints. Now that was all about the looks. But when it comes to processing power, boy, this one has it all. It features a MediaTek 2 GHz true octa-core processor packed with 2 GB of RAM. What that boils down to is that it has no lags and handles multitasking smoothly. Gaming on the smartphone is absolutely lag-free, and one thing is for sure, that this is one smartphone that won't disappoint you at all when it comes to performance. Sure, it heats up a little bit from time to time, but this one does too. Oops, sorry about that again. Coming to the camera on the Canvas Night, it sports a 16 megapixel rear camera paired with OmniVision camera chip sensor and a M8 Lagan lens. The results are just brilliant. Even low light images are not that bad. The camera on the Canvas Night is also capable of recording videos in 1080p HD. Up front, you also get a 8 megapixel camera that is really good for taking selfies. But that one was taken by some other smartphone. Anyways, when it comes to the battery, it will last you about a day as it has a 2350 mAh battery on it. This is a dual SIM smartphone and comes with 32 GB internal storage as well. Canvas Night currently runs on Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean operating system, but it might get a KitKat update. Now with a price tag of Rs 19,999, this smartphone sure is a winner when it comes to octa-core smartphones. A recommendation for sure from our side. But then 2014 is just getting started when it comes to super fast processing power.
Now there's no denying that the age of octa-core smartphones is here. But here's the thing. When we tested the Micromax Canvas Night on our benchmark test, we actually got a score of 30,592, which is good for a smartphone that is worth just 19,999, but with an octa-core processor on it. But here's the thing. The Gionee Elife E7 that we showcased you earlier on the show actually got the same benchmark test done on it, and it yielded a score of 35,197. Now that tells you one thing, that processors are not the only thing responsible for the performance of your smartphone. And on that note, it's time for us to take a very short break on the show, but you don't go anywhere because there's a lot more technology action coming your way on the other side.